World Geography. Basics of Geography, the 5 themes. After viewing this video, we should be able to answer 2 basic questions about geography. The first one is, what is geography? The second is, how do the 5 themes, how do they help us better understand our world? Introduction. The definition of geography. Geography is the study of the distribution and interaction of physical and human features on the earth. Physical features are things like mountains, rivers, and lakes, things that are created by nature, that would exist on this planet even if humans were not here. The human features are the things that humans build, like dams and bridges and tunnels through mountains and cities. Theme 1, Location. Where is it? Where is it refers to location. There are 2 types of location. There's absolute location, and this is the exact place on Earth where a geographic feature is found. There's a grid system of latitude and longitude lines that are used to determine absolute location. The second type of location is relative location, and this describes a place in comparison to other places around it. So my house may be just down the street from the McDonald's, so I'm describing my house in relationship to where the McDonald's is, because everybody knows where the McDonald's is. Hemispheres. The Earth is divided into 2 halves, and each half is called a hemisphere. A hemisphere can be north or south, but the Earth can also be divided east or west. The equator divides the Earth north and south, and the prime meridian will divide the Earth east and west. Latitude lines. To locate places on the globe north or south, geographers use latitude lines. Latitude lines are assigned a number of degrees to show the distance from the equator. The letter N, or the letter S, for north or south, is added after the number of degrees to indicate if the line is north or south of the equator. So you can be either 15 degrees north of the equator, or you can be 15 degrees south of the equator. Longitude lines. To locate places east or west, geographers use longitude lines. Longitude lines are assigned a number of degrees to show the distance from the prime meridian. Similar to latitude lines, in this case you add an E or a W for east or west to the number of degrees to indicate if the line is either east or west of the prime meridian. Identifying location. To find the absolute location, you want to identify where the latitude and longitude lines cross. An example here is the absolute location of Melbourne, Australia. It's at 37 degrees south, 145 degrees east. The first number, 37 degrees, refers to latitude, so it's 37 degrees south of the equator. The second number, 145, refers to longitude, and 145 east means it's 145 degrees east of the prime meridian. Theme 2, Place. What is it like? What is it like refers to place. Place includes the physical features and the cultural or human characteristics of an area. Do you live in the mountains? Do you live on the Great Plains? Do you live near a lake? Those are physical features. The cultural and human characteristics are Things like what languages do people speak in the region? What culture and customs do they have? What do they share in common? What human characteristics do they share in common? Some places have physical features that set them apart, like climate and landforms and vegetation. In other places, they change because humans interact with the environment. They build dams, or they build highways to connect cities or regions of the country. People build new houses to live in. So the earth is made up of both these physical features and humans changing these physical features to meet their needs. Theme 3, regions. Similar or different? How are places similar or different? This refers to the division of Earth's surface into distinct regions. Regions can be compared on the basis of either physical or human cultural characteristics. You can compare North Texas, which is on the plains, to Houston, which is a little closer to the ocean. It's on the coastal plains. That's a physical feature comparison. You can compare a place based on its cultural characteristics. How is North Texas different from South Texas? More people in South Texas are of Hispanic origin and speak Spanish. Physical regions. A physical region can be defined by common landforms, soils, climate, vegetation, or animal life. For instance, the Sahara Desert is a physical region. It's hot and dry climate. There's sand without vegetation. There's little animal life. Lots of things make the Sahara its own unique physical region. Formal region. A formal region is defined by a limited number of related characteristics. The United States, this is a formal region. You can see it on the map. It's defined by a border. It has certain cultural attributes. People share this idea of democracy and freedom of speech. They all ascribe to the fact that, we're all Americans. The same area can belong to more than one region, either based on its landforms or its climate. The United States isn't just part of one region, it's also part of, say, North America. Cultural regions. A cultural region is defined by the common characteristics of the people living there. These are things that humans have in common, like language. People may practice the same religion, share the same customs, live under the same government. A functional region. Functional regions are organized around interactions and connections between places. For instance, a city and its suburbs has a connection with one another. Large international airports, these serve a certain function, the transportation of people and cargo. The drainage basin of a river, this is a functional region. The function of a drainage basin is to drain a river like the Mississippi. On this slide, you can see several pictures of different functional regions. You see the drainage basin of the Mississippi. You see Los Angeles International Airport. And you see the roads and highways that connect the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Perceptual regions. Perceptual regions, these may not be the same for all people due to differences in individual attitudes and emotions. Some people may believe that Texas is in the South. Others may say, no, Texas is a western state. People wear boots and have cows and stuff. Theme 4, Human-Environment Interaction. Relation to physical world. How do people relate to the physical world? This refers to the relationship between humans and their environment. To improve their lives, people use the Earth's resources to their advantage, and they often change the environment to meet their needs. People in similar environments may see them in different ways. Some people may go to Florida, it's hot and sunny, nice climate, and they may say, this is great for recreational activities. I'm going to get a suntan, I'm going to go water skiing, snorkeling, I'm going to do all these things. And other people may see Florida as the ideal place to raise citrus crops like oranges. Theme 5, movement. Movement. How do people, goods, and ideas move from one location to another? This refers to movement. There are 3 types of distance. There's linear distance. This is how far a person, idea, or product travels. How far away is New York from Los Angeles in miles? Time distance. How long does it take to get from New York to Los Angeles? How many hours? How many days? That can change. 100 years ago, it took forever to get from New York to Los Angeles. Now with airplanes, that has shortened the time distance. The internet also shortens the distance and the time that it takes for ideas to travel around the world. And then there's psychological distance. This is just how different people may view distance. Children may view distance a little bit differently than adults. And that's it. Thank you for listening.